rock, classic rock. Rock, classic rock. Rock, classic rock.
Well, man, today, if I'm correct, today is the day, isn't it?
It's the Hoodoo birthday in the USA.
That's what I thought. Today's the day. The CD is out here. Now, this thing has already been... I mean, God, there's pictures of you on your website already getting gold discs for this around other parts of the world, Mark.
Platinum, my friend. Yeah, but, I'm not going to start getting cocky about it. The world is a big place.
Well, that's true, man. But I think you know this, and I've interviewed, we've talked enough. I bet you I could say this, and you're going to be honest with me. You know you've got a winner here, don't you?
Yes, I do. Can't you tell by my attitude?
This is now. I've been a fan really since your first album. I believe was Metal. Was it Metal Rendezvous? Was that your first one you were on?
Yep.
Well, this is exciting for me when I first got it, because even the package, you've done the whole thing. The website matches the CD cover. This is like everything has a look, man. Who designed the artwork? Because it's stellar.
Martin Häusler. He's a German guy, and Jan Bayati, our manager, picked him a while back when we played our reunion show. We met him the first time, and he did the most amazing pictures of the band playing live and also before the show and so on. And we've been using those pictures a lot.
Well, it looks sharp. I mean, it really looks. It looks great, and it is the perfect package, I think, from the artwork on the cover to the photos inside, man, to the music. It really goes hand in hand. Now, Mark, I wanted to ask you though, where did you come up with the Hoodoo theme, or the song? Was it just based off the song? I mean, you could have picked any song, but I think you picked the perfect one.
Yeah, well, it really kind of how could I say it? It put a spell on everybody, including us, I mean, this song just came out of the blue, and suddenly it took over the whole concept. And being a band that used to make yearly stops, sometimes even more than once a year in New Orleans, and New Orleans being that type of city with, that voodoo touch, if you like, we felt very, very much that it belongs to the whole band concept, and we can relate to it as a band and so on. Although we're not into voodoo or hoodoo, really, it's just a fun thing. Rock and roll is fun,
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and also talk about this a little bit. This lineup you've got now goes clear back to One Vice at a Time. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's it. With Koki Kohler, Mark Kohler on rhythm, Freddie Steady on drums, Chris Von Rohr on bass, Fernando Von Arb on lead guitar, and myself, Marc Storace, on vocals. So it's great, It's a miracle in itself that we're all back together again, because we split after Headhunter, and then it was just Fern, Mark, and myself left in the band, and we did the Blitz and change of address and so on and so forth, and the band went through many changes, even reunited all but Chris Von Rohr for the To Rock or Not to Be release in 1995. And then, came other band member changes, and suddenly, out of the blue, my personal manager called me. I was on tour promoting the Hellraiser album, during which time I was the only surviving member left in Krokus. And Rolly Egley, my personal manager, he said, "Hey, there's a chance to play with the old boys. I said, what? You must be joking. He said, well, either that or you don't do the show. And he said, it's a national TV show, and they only wanted to have a 3-minute medley of Krokus, and they insisted on having the original members, if they're still alive, or nothing. So I thought, well, it's good promotion, and if it's only 3 minutes, if we don't get into a fist fight, then it's going to be okay, and luckily, everything went so well. The whole media was hysterical. The studio went up in flames, and our spirits, of course, were reignited. And we opened a bottle of wine and talked a bit. We didn't talk about a reunion as such.
I want to talk a little bit about that. You have kept the Krokus name alive so long, and like you said, some people have come and gone. When this actually was happening, like the day before, what was going through your mind? Did you really think that first rehearsal that this was going to happen, or were you going, this is too crazy to believe?
Well, I put everything through the test before committing myself, because I wasn't sure if the old bunch had the energy and the stamina to play a whole headliner show.
Now, do you think the other guys, did you guys talk about this afterwards? Did they have the same desire to do this, but nobody just done it?
Well, they kind of just got together quickly for this 3-minute medley on Swiss TV nationwide, and it went down very well, and it reignited their spirits, and they started looking long distance again. Because in the end, look where we are now.
Yeah.
And obviously, they started jamming in Solothurn without even telling me anything about it. And then Chris called me and said, hey, would you like to join us? And I thought, well, the only way I'm going to find out if you guys are up to it is if we jam a little. We went into the first couple of old classic Krokus songs, and it was suddenly, poof, time was wound back, because, and I couldn't believe it's the old team. We're playing this again, like we never were apart. Great,
Now, you knew, you came back and you found you had the musical chemistry, and then you discovered they could get through the show. Everybody was in shape. They had the stamina. You rehearsed. You tightened up. But there was still another key that had to happen for Hoodoo to come to life, and that's you guys still had to have the chemistry for songwriting.
Yeah.
Now, was that as effortless as playing? Did it just fall together?
Well, that was the next frontier. We're here, we're playing the old classics, but can we write new songs? Does it still function? Do the sparks still fly? Can we get each other excited and come up with the right songs? And we were all so full of wanting to prove, not only to ourselves, but also to our fans, that we are not a museum piece.
Right.
We're a classic rock band, but no way do we want to be looked at as an old replica of what we were, or only be known for our classic songs.
I think one song to me, when I heard it, I was like, classic Krokus. Immediately was Rock and Roll Handshake.
Ah, really?
Oh, man.
Great.
Yeah, that was like, this has the energy of One Vice at a Time or Headhunter, like you said. It just, like you said, like you like to say, man, it just kicks you in the ass, man. It kicks ass.
Rock and Roll Handshake is actually, it's all said in a nutshell. It's a story behind our split and what brought us together. It's like playing the old songs brought the band back together, and made us forget the fights, you know.
Classic rock. Classic rock.